Hey, Brad, just your team's start tonight. I think when you put so much emotionally into those last two games, including the Washington game, to have it done the way it did. Any thoughts, any concerns about how much gas you may have in the tank for a game like this?
Yeah, you're hoping, you can move by. We had a day off, but we knew we were going to be playing a good team, so you got to be on your top of your game. It was a outstanding start. I mean, that's exactly what we wanted to do, is get skating, get moving, and we did that in the first period there. Overall, it was a great game for us. 3 games before night, we took 2 out of 3 again, and 3 and 4. It's 2 weekends in a row. We're playing good hockey teams here, so these guys should feel good about themselves, how they're playing. We defended hard. That's a big body team. They have really big forwards, really hard to pin down in the corners, and you can see what happens. They get real active with their D, and it gets tougher if you can't slow them down in the corners. So guys are trying their tails off there in the corner, but you go through the lineup, they're pretty heavy, but I thought they defended the middle of the ice really well.
Yeah. Starting sort of midway through the second period, they started making a real push. Mm-hmm. They get it to 3-2, and then you bring a goalie in cold because you had to. How big was that 4-2 goal just to sort of stop the surge?
Yeah, well, it gives you a cushion, right? A little bit of a cushion there, and just a strange situation was what it was. Corpy had to go in there. He didn't really have much time to get prepared, and you're thrown in the fire. That's the life of a backup goalie in some of these games. It's tough. So, I thought he battled in there the best he could, and we found a way to get to that 4th goal, which was huge.
Brad, pretty solid contributions from the 4th line, beginning with Bemmer's first goal. He had a couple of points tonight. First of all, how happy were you just to see him get on track? And then the contributions to that whole line were pretty impactful tonight.
Yeah, I thought their line, like most guys, you score early, you got a little bit extra juice in your legs, right? So I thought he had good jump tonight. I thought their line had pretty good legs tonight. They were a big contributing line for us tonight against, and I wasn't afraid to put them out against some of their top 6 forwards there, and I thought they did a good job there too.
And Jake Voracek, I mean, the setup to that goal that he scored just kind of belied the fact that that's a 32-year-old guy out there. He was really giving it everything there.
Are you saying there was a trip there?
Could have been.
In the middle of the ice?
I'm not saying.
All right, you said it, not me then.
Up to you.
But yeah, no, Jake, I thought Jake just got better as the game went along there. He had a couple passes, he had a little frustration going there. I think he made some kindling there on the bench a little bit on one of his sticks, but he's a passionate guy. He wants to win bad, and he's good at sensing some of these moments, and obviously a big goal for us.
Patrick Laine and Nyquist together, obviously a huge night. Just when you put them together, what were you hoping to kind of get from it? It seems like there's good chemistry between the two.
Yeah, I've flipped back and forth. I've had Jake with Patty a lot, and then and flip flop with Gus, and I think Gus's game is really. I mean, he's played a long stretch of good hockey here for us. He's another guy. It hasn't been a couple of weeks. Like we're going on to months. We talked about a little bit of a slow start, but the reality was he hadn't played hockey in a year. So he's prepared, he's in shape, but your timing's off. It's always the things that only games can bring you. So once he found his game, and he could tell his confidence grew, and he's been a huge player for us in what he's brought to our team, and in every situation. You use him on the penalty kill, use him on the power play. Obviously big minutes 5-on-5. So I think the two, with Patty's game elevating the last, for a while here too. And his tenacity, you can see when he's on his game, you can see him. He's holding on to pucks. He's cutting back on guys. He's, on that one, you see him. He drives in the corner, cuts back once, gets to the back of the net, looks in front. Like that's when he's at his best. He's very elusive, and he's a quick skater. So when he's got legs like that, that really helps us.
Is there anything that you can share on Merzlikins at this point?
No, I got to find out. I know he left. Something tightened up on him there, so I got to go check it out here, see what he's like tomorrow.
Just getting back to the Corrali line a little bit. I mean, one of the themes of this whole season has been Robinson, Corrali, put a guy with those guys. That guy seems to, have a good night or whatever. How big has that been for what you're trying to do here this year to be able to know I can put guys with them and they'll have a good night?
Yeah, it's amazing how many times I've kept those two together and added somebody, and their game picked up. We did it with Tex. I did it with Chinnikov. I've done it with other guys, and you know, when I looked at two, Robbie hadn't played in a while, but once he got a little bit of his legs and wind back there, put them back together. And Bemmer, you know, he's a guy who's trying to find his way a bit too, a little bit inconsistent, that scoring touch. It seems like whoever you put with them, you know, I think just they play a very simple game. They know what they are. They know how they're going to be, how they impact the game. You know, Robbie's got great legs. He can skate up and down the ice, and, you know, he's contributing offensively. Curls, you get the same every night, you know. Maybe the odd night here he might fight the puck a little bit, but I know it's never effort-based. I know he's great in the circle, and he's going to be a very competitive player. So they kind of drag you into the fight a bit, and I think with those guys, with him winning draws and the way they hunt pucks down, they can hunt down icings, they can hunt down open ice plays. I think that helps whoever's with them, and you know, it kind of gives them some extra ice to play on because of how they play their game. So they've done a good job together, and I think anybody that we've put with them has kind of risen to the occasion a little bit with them, and you know, so it's good. I want to see what it looks like again. I think they that line was good for me tonight.
With what you were talking about before the game as well, just about the team's play and keeping everything, you know, going the way you guys have since the All-Star break. Just how big is that as far as kind of the big picture of what you're trying to build here, you know, going on even to next year? So when training camp starts, you guys know exactly what to expect. I know I'm jumping forward, but
yeah, we know where we are in the standings. But, you know, I addressed the team just about how much work we've put in the last 6-7 weeks here, and to build the record that we did, to play some real hard competitive hockey against real good teams. And you don't want to flush that, because to me it's that is our identity. That's our culture. That's what we want to build and continue to build on here. However the season ends up, you know, you never know. Like you said, you get on a hot streak, someone gets on a cold streak, you could dig yourself right into it. Stranger things have happened. I realize the analytics aren't in our favor, but at the end of the day, for us and where we're at and how we got to approach every game, I'm really happy with how that team played tonight, because again, you're not sure. You know, you're hoping you're going to get the same effort we've had here for week after week. But they're human, and there could be a letdown. But the way we came out in the first, I was really encouraged by that, and they kept battling. You can tell on the bench they want to win every game.
Brad, did you have any indication from Elvis that he was fighting something, or did just once
Nope.
he walked by, was that your first?
No, yeah, I actually was talking. I looked to my left, and he was halfway on our bench, and then Voter just said he's out. So
Yeah.
that was it. I didn't have any indication at all.
Yeah. How pleased were you to be able to see Corpusalo have a good moment the rest of the way, have hugs with the teammates after the game? It's been a little while for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, Corpy's been here in the organization for a long time. I got a lot of respect for that guy. He's first and foremost, he's a tremendous person. He really is. If you get to know Corp, he's a great. Well, he's probably not a kid anymore, but I look at him as he's a great kid. So you want those guys to succeed. You know, he puts the work, and he does. It's been a struggle this year. He knows that, and we know that. But you like to see him have these good moments, you know, with his teammates. I think that's important.